Hello everyone and welcome back to SAT Math Tutoring with Rin. So today is the part 8 of the first practice test. So this is actually the beginning of the second math module, so question 1 to 5. And well, if you're interested in how I got a perfect 800 on the math section of the SAT, well, continue watching and I hope this is helpful. So let's get started. Okay, so question number 1. Tilly earns P dollars for every W hours of work. Which expression represents the amount of money in dollars Tilly earns for 39 W hours of work? Okay, so since the question provides that Tilly earns P dollars for every W hours, that means that they are equal to each other. So that means that the equation for P or dollars has to be the same for work or W. So your answer has to be A. There is no other way of thinking about it, since it mentions that he earns P dollars for every W hours. The equation in P has to be the same as the equation in W. So 39W, 39P. It's just like that. There's no need for any calculations. It's just a word problem. So let's go on to number 2. For a training program, Juan rides his bike at an average rate of 5.7 minutes per mile. Which function M models the number of minutes it would take Juan to ride X miles at this rate? Okay, so the rate is 5.7 minutes per mile. And the function M models the number of minutes it would take Juan to ride X miles. So the function m of x represents the number of minutes. And that number of minutes will be x, the number of miles that he or Juan is going to ride, times the rate. So it'll be times the 5.7. So your answer has to be D. So it's 5.7 the rate times the number of miles Juan is going to ride, so which is represented by x, and which will give you m of x, which is the number of minutes it will take to ride said number of miles. So that is it. That's it. So the rate times the number of miles gives you number of minutes. Your answer has to be D. Okay, let's go on to the next question. 3x equals 12. Negative 3x plus y equals negative 6. The solution to the given equation, a system of equations, is x comma y. What is the value of y? Okay, so what they want us to do is find the value of y from these two equations. What we can actually do is combine these two equations into one. So 3x minus 3x, right? The 3x from the top, the negative 3x from the bottom, and then the plus y from the bottom equals 12 minus 6. So this way, you combine the two into one equation. Then you can actually solve. This positive 3x and negative 3x cancel each other out because 3x minus 3x equals 0. Then you're left with y equals 12 minus 6. 12 minus 6 is 6. So your answer is y equals 6. Your answer is B. It's just like that. You combine the two into one equation, then you simplify and solve for y. So y equals 6. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Number 5. The equation gives the speed as in miles per hour of a certain car t seconds after it began to accelerate. What is the speed in miles per hour of the car 5 seconds after it began to accelerate? Okay, since the car, since t represents the seconds after the car began to accelerate, and the question provides that the car began to accelerate 5 seconds after, that means that t is 5. 5 is going to be substituted for t. So all you have to do is plug it in. So S equals 40 plus 3 times 5. So 40 plus 3 times 5, which is 15. So 40 plus 15, which gives you 55. Your answer is D. It's all you have to do is plug in the 5 for T. So 40 plus 3 times 5 gives you 55. And that's it. You just plug it in. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Number 5. For the right triangle shown, A equals 4, B equals 5. Which expression represents the value of C? So we know this side, which is 4, and this side, which is 5. We just have to find the hypotenuse, the longest side of this right triangle, represented by C. Okay, so I'm pretty sure all of you recognize this formula, A squared plus B squared equals C. This only applies to right triangles, by the way. So A is 4, B is 5, equals C squared. C squared. So now we have to find the value of C. So C is just, in order to find the value of C, what we have to do is find the square root of both sides to cancel out this squared. So that leaves C equals 4 squared plus 5 squared. So your answer has to be D. So that's it. All you have to do is, well, use this formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Then plug in the 4 and 5 for A and B, then isolate the C. You do that by, well, finding the square root of both sides. So the square root of C squared just cancels the squared out, leaving C equals the square root of 4 squared plus 5 squared, which is your answer, D. Okay, so that will be it for today. Since this video was just the beginning of the second math module, it was relatively simple, but as we get on, it might become a little bit harder. But don't worry, we'll explain step by step as always. And well, I hope this video was helpful and see you next time.